Warning: the following video contains content that is not suitable to a young audience, or people who are adverse to sensitive topics. Viewer discretion is advised. Many video distributors, like DigiView, Good Times Entertainment, and Amvest Video, have come and gone. But none were as infamous as Imitation Pictures, founded in 1985 in Elizabeth, New Jersey, by Stanley Bradford and Benjamin Alvarez. They initially released public domain cartoons, TV episodes, and films. However, they later resorted to either pirating or plagiarizing other works onto their tapes, including a parody of Willy Wonka made after Roald Dahl's death. Seeing the limited release the tapes saw, especially around the New York City area, as well as their infamously terrible quality, has led to the tapes becoming collector's items for those in the know, none being more so collectible than their final tape, Arthur's Family Appreciation. Arthur's Family Appreciation featured one official Arthur episode and two bootleg segments, which counted as a double-length episode, possibly taped over either inappropriate content or off-air programming. Stanley began dubbing cartoons with hired talent, often localizing foreign movies or cartoons. His nephew voiced DW in this tape, proving that Stanley took who he could regardless of their background. And this is putting it generously, as many of these dubs can barely be qualified as legitimate dubs. Stanley's unpredictable behavior, often drunk and verbally abusive, hampered production. With little money left, he did the animation himself, resulting in limited and frankly dogshit work. Especially apparent on the fourth and final segment. We identified the few remaining voice actors through credits and interviewed them, sharing audio from those interviews. For the sake of time, we will only share a few snippets of the interviews. The full interviews will be linked in a Google Doc.
Yeah, Stanley was a huge piece of shit. That much was especially clear when not only did he start screaming ableist slurs at Janice for getting a take wrong because she's severe on the spectrum and can't exactly speak as properly as he can, according to him. But that led me to try and beat his ass, which led to a bunch of actors trying to hold me back because Janice was crying by the end of it. I haven't seen him again, and the last time I heard from that company was 2 months later
for
after
the
the
first
recording
ever
session was
Yellow Bracious
mailed to
to
us.
Saluda Square.
I managed to get a hold of it
Beyond
before
compare.
Janice did, and I saw a note
A
attached
catcher
to
of
the tape that said,
jellyfish.
"Your
A
acting
blower of
is dog
bubbles.
shit, but that should be
A fryer
expected from a
of
marshmallow
patties."
like you." So I just
So,
He's floated his way
the
into
bastard
our
got
hearts
upset about his
with his
sister's kid,
unshakable
and
optimism
I just had to restrain him when he tried, like, to
mind-blowing
choke him out and
absorbency.
shit. Afterwards, I just had to fuck him up, and I just walked out, that later that same day.
Celebrate the inner square
And
fans.
he sent the tape to me with a note claiming he taped over a video of me and my wife, basically some pretty private shit that I didn't want out. And the motherfucker just tried to basically use that as blackmail to try and ruin my life. But if you've got that, please censor it. It's not a thing I want, it's not something I'd want out in the public.
Yeah, development hell was an understatement. Stanley got so fucking pissed, he started to strangle me just because my takes didn't meet up to his expectations. Others had to pull him off of me. Reasonable shit to do to an 11-year-old, am I right? I missed school the next day. No lasting damage was done, thank fuck. I never did any of that shit again because I have bigger priorities.
Anything else from the fallout?
Not really. If you want more details, talk to someone closer to him. Our family moved away to Seattle, and I heard that he died. Thank fuck. Now I get to focus on raising my children that I had with my beautiful Latina wife.
Do you want anything redacted?
No, I don't want people to jump to bullshit conclusions. Stanley may be a lot of things. Cringe, autistic, a piece of shit, but a child fucker is not one of them.
After interviewing the 3 remaining known voice actors involved in the Arthur's Family Appreciation tape, given that Stanley is dead and has been since 2004, and Daniel Bruce's current status remains unknown, a common theme has emerged around Stanley. It became clear that Stanley was unpleasant to work with, which negatively impacted not only the other actors, but himself as well. As the studio's closure became imminent, his behavior worsened, seemingly driven by burnout and financial stress. This context does not excuse his actions, but offers an explanation for his conduct during the tape's production. Without further delay, here's an archive of the final tape ever released by Imitation Pictures.
Every day when you're walking down the street, everybody that you meet has an original point of view. And I say, what a wonderful kind of day to learn to work and play and get along with each other. You got to listen to your heart, listen to the beat, listen to the rhythm of the street. Open up your eyes, open up your ears, get together and make things better by working together. It's a simple message and it comes from the heart. Oh, believe in yourself, well that's the place to start. And I say, hey, what a wonderful kind of day. Learn to work and play and get along with each other. What a wonderful kind of day. What a wonderful kind of day.
Last night, DW and I slept over at Grandma Thor's and learned some terrible things.
After supper, how about if we play Parcheesi?
Thank you, Grandma, but we would prefer to watch TV.
It's almost ready. Thor, thank goodness. Could you take this tray and... Thora!
Grandma! Grandma, you came!
I was worried about you. You were all so tired and acting so strange. What's going on?
Seriously wanted to get there.
That looks like a French chicken sandwich.
Thanks, Mom.
Off for an adventure in outer space. Hello, Pomeranian. Hello, Pattern. What's that, Pattern? You want to drive the babouche? Oh dear, Pattern. Can only tell Pattern to be careful. Maybe that piece wasn't very
Okay, I live in a free country and I am trying.
It's something in the
Settle down, little kid. Your father.
Sorry, Mr. Krabs, the floor's too late. I gotta tell you about this. Permission to come aboard, Captain.
Kids,
I've been threading my whole
The
life for the
doctor
day I can
is
join the
thinking
Krusty Krab.
it's not something that any of us want to hear.
Yes, I forgot she lives in a pineapple city. Today's the big day, Gary.
Boy, oh boy.
Look at me. I'm
We show a little decency and want a neat single file line in front of the register.
Hi, Buster.
Get your fingers out of your pants. The single line is all I ask. Button down the hunches, Mr. Squidward. We're taking on water, Mr. Squidward. Why would my mommy, Mr. Squidward?
Right, we got 5.5 hours. You get it, man.
I got it. Let's do something fun to cheer ourselves up.
Birthday party ever.
Mr. C. How long can we Squidward?
Sorry we didn't have marshmallows earlier.
Inside boundaries. What?
Where are you gonna get the top?
Thank you.
always crash them and derail them by switching them. Run! I'm still the fastest engine on soda! Wait, didn't we forget to split the points for Gordon and Spencer? Thomas, Gordon, Spencer, are you okay? We're fine. I guess me and Gordon are getting too. What the heck is going on here? Thomas stole my jet engine and got into an accident. What?
With all that money, we could go fix up ramps. We could replace that backyard garden.
I highly doubt I could.
Don't worry, Thor. I'll always ask. I'm glad the 40 of you have made the wise choice and instead bowed for the power of two.
Don't rub it in. Beep, 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 beep.
Same place. Four's crew, you're gonna
We have plenty of time to catch the next one. Yeah, let's check it out. Okay, man. You're near storage space for that. And I have your rescue ranger emergency ambulance. And I have my personal money for the bus tickets. Let's
You know, kid, your body is a problem.
Before you ask who I am, let me make one thing clear. I won't reveal my identity, not now. That'll be for the authorities to figure out. I'm here to talk about what really goes on behind the shiny and colourful exterior of this company. My colleagues and I have endured endless mistreatment. We were harassed, pushed to our limits, while working in this so-called animation studio. Nickelodeon doesn't give a damn about the people who bring its content to life. All they care about is pushing us for faster results, more profit, and more episodes, no matter the cost. They flood us with notes, constantly criticizing our work, nitpicking every detail. Nothing is ever good enough. We're forced to redo scenes over and over, not because they need improvement, but because they need control. And no, it's not about quality, it's about power. It's about crushing us under their demands until we have nothing left to give. I was humiliated, belittled, and disrespected more times than I can count. My co-workers and I have spent years breaking ourselves to meet their ridiculous expectations, only to be treated like disposable tools. When we finally deliver, we're met with cold indifference. And if we make even the smallest mistake, threats of being fired hang over us like a guillotine. My mental health is in ruins because of that place. But they don't care. To them, we're not people, we're machines. We're there to churn out content, meet deadlines, and stay quiet. The truth is out now, and you can't hide it anymore. You are a disgusting, soulless corporation, a company that has no regard for the people who make its content possible. I've had enough, and so have the people who've stood by me through this nightmare. I'm not the only one. And now, with this statement, I'm officially resigning from the company that ruined me. Nickelodeon brought this on themselves. They knew this day would come.
Hello,
you
everyone.
all will face the consequences of your actions.
As
the lies,
most of
the
you may
manipulation,
know,
the
I was
exploitation.
one of the moderators
you thought
of
you
a
could get away
Discord
with
server
it. But now,
called Operation
your time is up.
LM.
From here on, things
Lost
will
Media.
only get worse for you. And I can't
I
help
felt
but
the need
hope
to
for
make
your
this video
dad.
because I just wanted to apologize for all the crazy stuff that went down on there recently. Operation LM, Lost Media, was meant to be a safe place for people who were fans of Lost Media, as well as to those who were hoping to find pieces of it one day. It was meant to be a server where if you saw new Lost Media being found, you can feel free to talk about it on a place where everyone pretty much has the same interests as you. So, witnessing that server, that was once a special haven for Lost Media enthusiasts, being completely torn apart, as well as ending on a horrifying note, is kinda heartbreaking. And in case you were wondering about the cool juice, well, I tried to contact him through DMs, but not once has he responded. So, I honestly don't know what has happened to him. But regardless, I seriously hope he's in a much better state now, and that he's getting the help he needs, because the fact that he hasn't responded to any of my DMs is worrying. Still though, if you were a member of Operation LM Lost Media, I just want to say that I'm really sorry for all the stuff that took place on the server the other day. And I hope you guys can at least manage to recover from witnessing the unexpected events that had unfolded. And even though it ended on a horrific note, thank you for sticking with us on Operation LM Lost Media.